come young. A lot of freshmen on the field, getting some experience. Missouri in a rebuild period, which is a term you don't usually hear in this day and age with the transfer portal and everything else going on. So Missouri just trying.
And we talked to him today, Todd. You know, certainly some frustrations, but, you know, eternally optimistic, too.
Well, he has to be. And he's impressive.
With injury, and that's a good start for Liam Peterson, as he has out number 1 on a strikeout.
And that's a good sign, too. This has been the knock on Liam Peterson. He throws 98 miles an hour. Here's a straight fastball right down the middle, and he kind of unusual. Only 26% whiff rate on that fastball. And compared to some of the strikeout pitchers in this league, Liam Doyle for Tennessee and Cade Anderson from LA.
Pitch out, Goldbeck not going.
This Missouri team will steal. 53 bags on the year. And Goldbeck with 5. And they have to kind of, you know, I don't know if force is the word, but they've got to manipulate some offense a little bit, make things happen, especially when it gets frozen.
So 2 outs, 1 on for the cleanup hitter, Caden Nicoletto. Nicoletto's an interesting study. A native of Australia. He's from Perth. And look at the numbers. Very respectable. With the game-winning 2-run. Talked about Luke Heyman, the catcher. And Moser has reached safely in 15 straight, and he has hits in 8 in a row. As quickly the hitters count 2-0.
And Clay, that's been the issue for both these teams. And you can look at all the stats you want, but walks and errors. So free passes kill you. And Missouri leads the league within those 12 games of the conference in walks given up. And Florida is second worst, giving up the most.
Now 0-2 to Shelton. See that Shelton leads the team in average extra base hits. 15 doubles, I should say. That's 10th in the country, first in the SEC. It's sharply back up the middle. That's a base hit. An 0-2 pitch that Shelton rams once he projects as a third baseman at the next. Couple of guys they had earmarked to be in the weekend rotation. They're both out. Sam Horn, another guy that they
walks Bobby Bozer on 5 pitches, and so far base hit, home run, home run. Lake Sear knew right away.
Injuries. Evans has been dealing with a concussion. Kyle Jones out for the year. Cade Kurland recently ruled out for the year. Pierce Capola, they're hoping he can come back from a shoulder injury. And Frank Menendez, he had to shut it down because of Tommy John.
Yeah, Capola was supposed to be their number 2. He's out. And then Frank Menendez was off to a fantastic start this year, the 12 strikeouts and only. So now you're looking for Kellen Brink to regroup, gather himself. And now the pressure ought to be a little bit off. Now, you know, the damage has been done in the first inning. Now, if you're Kellen Brink, take a deep breath, control yourself, and let's start from here.
Ashton Wilson is in right field.
And one thing to point out while you're looking at it is it's brick behind home plate. All that brick, when the pass ball happens, if the catcher doesn't nick it right here, if it goes straight to the backstop, it's coming right back to him. And I don't know if that'll be an issue tonight, but you got to be careful at third base on the pass balls if the catcher doesn't get a piece of it. And then back it up with that fastball that was 92, looks 98 when you see the changeup right in the pitch before. He's got an extra pitch against these right-handed hitters. You can drop that changeup on him. You don't usually go lefty-lefty changeup, and that's why lefties are hitting better against Kellen Brink than the righties. But he's got more options when he faces a right-handed hitter.
And it's 1-2 to Pierre Seals, the center fielder for Missouri tonight. Transfer from Memphis. Came to Columbia along with Coach Jackson. 1-2 pitch. And Peterson sends that one in the dirt.
This is the time, Clay, when you would think Liam Peterson, here's the fastball, try to hit it, right? 97, 98.
And you can see 8 runs batted in on that game on April Fool's Day. That's not an April Fool's joke. 8 runs batted in one game.
Well, Jackson Lovis has been their best hitter. 436 and 6 home runs out of his last 78 at bats. He's been out with a little bit of an injury the last 5 or 6 games, but this is their guy.
There's Seals.
Quick throw to second, and Florida off the field with a 6-run lead.
Here's Brendan Lawson again. Pitch down and in. Brendan Lawson missed some valuable practice time in the fall after suffering a concussion. They didn't know what kind of a came, and 3-run homer. Didn't take long to get out of here to straightaway left field. His 7th of the year. Heyman, one of the glue guys in this Florida lineup in the clubhouse. Junior out of Longwood, Florida.
6'3" freshman. Gets an elevated fastball, rips it into left field for a leadoff double at a Prestonwood Academy last year in Texas. And that's what Missouri needs, just some sort of bright light, somebody to get it going, and with no outs, what better time to hit a double for Missouri.
And now the ninth.
Turn the lineup over, back to leadoff guy and Knutson. And let's see now if we can go to work.
Knutson struck out against Peterson his first time. The offense has been okay for Missouri this year. Averaging close to 5 runs per game. Payoff pitch. Walked him. And that is the second walk allowed tonight by Peterson. And here comes Kevin O'Sullivan.
The second
After
part
back-to-back doubles in a walk.
But if you're going to bunt, show it early. Put a little angle on that barrel in case you foul it off. It doesn't go straight up in the air, but show it early. A lot of times we try to trick people as a hitter that we're going to bunt and you're not set up and ready for the pitch.
Two strikes to Garrett Goldbeck. 98. Transfer from Columbia College just down the street there from the Missouri campus. Was an NAIA All-American last year. Hit a program record 27 homers in 2024. Healthy batting average with runners in scoring position.
And now 4 runs that your pitcher's trying to, he's trying to split the plate right there, and he misses by however many inches that is. And again, when you're a little out of sync and out of control right there with a lead, it's got to be concerning.
Center fielder Pierre Seals back to the plate. He had a single to start the second inning. Lovich hitting .345 with 2 outs. 457 with runners in scoring position. This is the guy Missouri wants at the plate. Tapped it off his foot. 2 strikes. And remember, Lovich recovering from a great behind the plate. Swung out and missed. Boy, Kellenbrink had a 1-2-3 12 pitch second inning. Gets Sear and Donay quickly here in the third. So he has retired 7 in a row.
Well, don't look now, but the freshman. Yeah, how about that? I mean, after an explosion in the first inning.
6 runs on 6 hits in the first for Florida, but they haven't had a hit since. That's up and in.
Yeah, now Kellenbrink starting to use that cutter into the right-handed hands, along with the four-seamer that he has. And we've seen him drop that changeup. About the basketball coach this year.
No, I don't know that they ever did.
No.
What a year for Todd Golden and the basketball Gators. But I mean, things change. One day it's cloudy, the next day it's sunny.
And back to the baseball program, Kevin O'Sullivan knows that more than anybody. I mean, he has been to almost.
And a guy, because of injuries, who's getting a chance to play. was 2 for 5 with a triple and 3 runs batted in on Tuesday. Liam Peterson. This is sick.
Throw strike one, as you see right there.
Into the corner. Bozer is going to lope into second with a stand-up double with 1 out. Hit number 7 in the first since the first inning for the Gators.
Yeah, Bobby Bozer leads this team with 11 home runs. Right above 300 coming into this. He's handled it really well.
Also taking more walks. And so now 2 on with 1 out for Lawson. This is down. One pitch. Strike. 1-2.
There is a very nice competitive changeup. 85 miles an hour right on that outside low corner. And that's what you're talking about when you're talking about command and trying to throw pitches that hitters.
Profile is gaining traction by the moment. At the plate, in the field. Just a freshman who has really made a splash. Now Landon Stripling is going to come up as a pinch hitter for Florida in Brody Donay's spot. He struck out twice against Kellenbrink. And so they're going to get just how well he's seeing it.
Oh, well, yeah, but you obviously would like to keep it fair. If you're out in front that much, that gives the pitcher some options to drop that off speed on you. Like that.
Yep.
So that's what makes hitting difficult. You gotta that lead shoulder leaves a little early to be able to, and you guessed right one and get yourself out. So he takes 3-1 and then makes Liam Peterson throw 3 strikes in a row, and he just can't do it. The third one gets away.
Garrett Goldbeck, couple of hits tonight for Missouri, 2 of their 5 hits.
Back over the outside corner of the plate. And again, don't waste any pitches on non-competitive off speed. Just try to hit that corner with that 97, 98.
There's David Kopp.
No. Played at Clemson.
2-2, got it. Walked a couple. Popped up on the infield. The pitcher calling for it, now being called off by the third baseman Patterson, and that's the smart play. I know a pitch.
The better you are for the rest of the weekend. For Florida, they're trying to get to that 12 runs.
You're talking the ace for the Florida Gators. Looking the part tonight. Gives up a couple of runs, but very sharp on the mound for 5 innings.
Spotted a 6-run lead after the first, and you don't love the 4 walks he gave up in those 5 innings. He walked 5 last week in the 5 innings, but the fastball was still electric. It was still there. Hit the 10 home runs last year, and he's on a heater so far in his last 80 at bats, hitting over 440. You know, just trying to throw it too hard. And Chris Patterson has just stayed within himself. He's been really fun to watch at third base tonight.
Sear jumps on the first pitch to center field, tracking it down as Seals lost his footing a bit, but holds on to the baseball, 2 down. Yeah, and another guy who wasn't in the picture to start at the beginning of the year, and he's taken advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah, transferred in from San Jacinto Junior College last couple years, hit 350 there.
Fly ball, foul ground, long run, Lawson. His back to the infield, won't get there. 2 on, 1 out. Missouri hasn't scored since the 3rd inning. Golbeck a couple of hits tonight. That's chopped foul, so nothing in 2.
Early. But if you get the timing right, you know what pitch is coming. Game could be over.
Well, there's no activity in the Missouri bullpen. Absolutely no movement down there. So it's Brock Lucas's game right now. He's chatting with Mateo Cerna. Big catcher. Holds up. It's 3-1. They're going to appeal. First base umpire Danny Cricks.
Like a strike on the outside corner.
Double-digit runs in SEC play. No surprise. Last time Florida did it was their only SEC win, an 11-8 victory over Ole Miss. Billy Barlow will continue to pitch here in the 8th inning. As Seals, Lovich, and Cerna, 5, 6, and 7 are due up for injury. He also fouled one off his foot earlier tonight, so he's going to be in the cold tub after this game. Mateo Cerna at the plate. Missouri catcher. He's quickly behind in the count. 1 strike. Cerna has been struggling against SEC pitching. He is 0 for 3 tonight. So far in the month of April, Missouri is 3-3. Last year, the Tigers came out of an awful March to go 10-8, including a sweep of Florida in April. And you know, this seems to be a loss. Taking his time getting into the box. One for 4 with a double. That was in the first, as Todd alluded to. Game 2 of this series tomorrow. It starts at 6:30 Eastern on SEC 13 in SEC play. Now keep in mind, last year Missouri did not make the SEC tournament, but this year the format is different. All 16 teams go to Hoover for that single elimination tournament. 1 and 2 now. And that's the mindset for Carrick Jackson. And Golbeck will come up. No, it won't be Golbeck. Another pinch hitter here, Brady Piccarelli.